In this video, let's see how to crochet this cute I love you sticks, which you can make it as a cute bouquet for this Valentine's Day. So let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to DIY Crafts. For this I am using 4-ply 100% cotton yarn and a 2.5 mm crochet hook. Now we are making a letter I, so for that let us begin by making a magic circle. Make a loop on your hand as shown in the video, and from the center of the loop, pull up the yarn and adjust the circle. Now hold the working end and make chain 1. That is the magic center. Now in the center, insert your hook, yarn under and pull up a loop. Now yarn over and make the first single stitch. Now we are going to make single crochet stitches in the center. Total of 6 single stitches. We have already made 1 single stitch, and that's the second one. This is the third single stitch. 4, 5 and 6. So once you are done with all the stitches, confirm the count by checking the number of stitches we have done, and then pull the starting tail end to close the first round. As we are working in spirals, we don't have any slip stitch. Directly we are going to start making the second row. Insert your hook on the top of the first stitch, pull up a loop and make 1 single stitch, and this is the first stitch in your second row. And to mark that beginning of the second row, we are going to put a stitch marker in that first stitch. Now continue to make 1 single stitch on the top of each and every stitch for the second row. So here the letter I we are getting by making 6 single stitches in the center, and it is going to give me a diameter or a pipe like structure with approximately 2 centimeters in width. If you wanted a wider pipe or wider letter, you can increase the number of stitches in the center. Let us say if you make 8 stitches, it will be even more bigger pipe kind of look. Okay, and now here if you see the work, it automatically curls to the inwards. We have to adjust it and curl it to the outside. And then after completing each and every row, we have to remove the stitch marker, make 1 single stitch in the next row, to begin the next row, and we are going to mark this first stitch as the beginning of the third row. Likewise, so whenever you are starting a new row, remove the stitch marker, make 1 single stitch, put the stitch marker in the latest stitch to mark the beginning of that row, and then continue with the pattern. And the pattern here is just to make 1 single stitch in each and every stitch without missing on the count. So we are not making any increases, and at the same time we have to maintain the count on each and every row. Okay, so likewise continue until row 10. In this tutorial I am making it until row 10. However, you can adjust the height of the letters depending upon your interest. So if the row 10 looks very big for you, you can complete it by making 8 rows itself. Anyways, you can adjust the number of rows so that the height will be adjusted. After making 10 rows, this is how the cylindrical or the pipe shape looks like. Now once you are happy with the height, we are going to finish the project finish the letter I. So insert the hook into the next stitch and then make a slip stitch. Now chain 1, and then I'm going to trim the excess thread by leaving a long tail end. I'm going to use this tail end to close the opening on the last row, and also with the same tail end I'm going to wrap it around the stem or the stick which we are going to use to hold this letter or the alphabet. And then the starting tail end that is coming out from the center of the project, we are going to stuff it into the project itself by using a tapestry needle or the back of your crochet hook or even a pair of tweezers. Just insert it into the stuffing, and then I'm going to take a flower wire or a stem. You can use any wire of thickness that just fits into the alphabet. So I'm just taking 2 lines of flower wire. You can also use 18 gauge aluminium wire or even more 2 mm aluminium wire also. So put the wire into the project as shown in the video, and now we are going to close the last row or the opening at the bottom of the letter I. So take the tail end into the tapestry needle and now insert the needle into the front loop of the first stitch as shown in the video and pull out the thread completely. And the same way I'm going to repeat to put the tapestry needle into the front loop of all the 6 stitches on the last row. So that's 4. This is the 5th one and then the 6th one. Once the thread is out of all the 6 stitches, gently pull the tail end so that the opening will be closed around the wire. And the opening will be completely closed without leaving any trace of open loops. And now insert the needle into the next stitch. Make a final knot to secure the closing part. Even if the circle is closed, the wire will tend to move, and if you pull it out forcefully, it will easily come out of the center. If you check it, it will come out easily. And that's the reason we are going to secure the wire within the project by using some fabric glue, or you can use a hot glue gun. Here the hot glue gun works the best. Fabric glue may loosen it over a period of time. So put a dab of glue on the wire and then using the same tail end which we have left it out to wrap it around the stem, use that wire and gently without any gaps wrap it around both the wires at a time to give it a kind of a stick kind of look. Wrap it around, and once you have got enough length of the stem, secure it at the bottom by putting some more amount of glue, attach the tail end and then trim out and remove the excess thread. Once it is done, the letter I is completed. Now put this aside and let's start making the heart symbol for proposal. The heart pattern, I have already shared the detailed step-by-step tutorial already on my YouTube channel. Please check the link for the description, or you can even check the iCard which I have attached above. Now again I am taking 2 lines of flower wire and inserting into the project, and once it is into the project I am going to close the last row. Here this is a 10 rows pattern, that is the reason why I have taken 10 rows for I letter also. Now take the tapestry needle and insert the tail end into the tapestry needle, and now I am going to close the last opening the same way as we have closed the last line of I alphabet. So insert the tapestry needle into front loops of all the 6 stitches in the last row. You can put a count while doing that so that you will never miss any stitch. Once it is out of all the stitches, gently pull the tail end so that the opening will be closed out completely. Gently pull it out and you can see the stitches will come close to each other. And now to secure the closing part, I am going to insert the needle into the next stitch and then make a knot and secure it tightly. And once it is done, I am now going to secure the wire without making it fall out of the project. So again, with the help of a hot glue gun, put a small amount of glue at the base of the heart shape along the stem, and now we are going to use this closing tail end and wrap it around the wire until the length required for us to put it in our bouquet. Wrap it around, and once you have reached the length, secure it with another little bit amount of glue at the bottom, and then you can trim the excess thread out of the stem. This is how the heart shape will be completed. Now put this aside and let us continue to make alphabet U for making a proposal project. So letter U, I'm going to send the same color as I've used for I alphabet, and the process will also be the similar one as we have made the letter I. We are going to begin with a magic ring, and for the first row we are going to make 6 single stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now after confirming the stitches count, pull the starting tail end and close the magic ring. And we are going to start making the second row. Insert the needle onto the top of the first stitch, drop a loop and make one more single stitch. And if you want, you can put a stitch marker on the top of the first stitch, but as it is a continuous working project, I'm not putting any stitch, but I'm putting a count on the number of rows I am working on. So if you're well aware of counting the rows without the help of a stitch marker, you can go ahead and do that. If not, I would highly recommend putting a stitch marker on the starting stitch of each and every row. And if you can see, the project has turned inside out, so I'm just adjusting it by pulling out the thread, and continue to make until the row 25. And while working this, you will make sure that the starting tail end will be within the project instead of showing it on the outside of the project. Then once the 25 stitches are completed, there will be a long tube kind of structure. Make a slip stitch, chain 1 and then trim the excess thread, leaving a long tail end. Again, this tail end we are going to use it to wrap the stick of our project. Now fasten off, and now if you see, it looks like a long cylindrical shape, and in order to give the shape of a U, I'm again going to use a flower wire. And for this alphabet, I have to use 2 flower wires. One wire as shown in the video, fold it and stuff it into the project to give the shape of a U, and another flower wire to hold it as a stem. So once the wire is all across, that means it have to fit the overall length of the U letter, we can trim the excess wire and then fold the other side so that it won't poke out of the project. Once the wire is completely within the project, now we are going to close the project with the help of a tapestry needle. Insert the tail end into the front loops of all the 6 stitches and then gently pull the thread to close the opening at the bottom. Close it completely so that the wire also will be hidden inside. Now insert the needle into the next stitch and then make a knot. So that is the wire inside. Now bend it gently to give the shape of letter U. Now again, with the help of the same tapestry needle, insert the needle all the way till the middle stitch, and the thread should come out of the middle stitch. And for the stem, I'm using another flower wire and made it in 2 strands, taking it in 2 strands, and then I'm using this tail end to fix the position and then wrap the complete stem with this tail end. And once you have wrapped it to the required length, cut the yarn and secure it with a point of glue. And that's how you complete letter U alphabet for the proposal project. As these 3 letters are ready, you can arrange them into a cute bouquet and make your Valentine's Day even more special. I hope you all enjoyed watching this tutorial. Do give this pattern a try and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Share your work to me on Instagram. Written pattern is given in the description. Do check it out. See you all in the next video.
Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share it and subscribe to DIY Crafts.